Hey, what's up, Crypto Army? I'm Travis, your crypto newbie, bringing you my experiences so you have to learn things the hard way. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of my content should be viewed as financial advice. If you like what my content offers, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications so you get notified when I publish new content. It really helps the channel grow and get the content to others that might like it. So today we're going to do a quick update on the Troller coin, and I still really like the graphics on this website. Now, they have done some updates, so some of the grammatical and spelling things that I had noted on my fundamental analysis, and I'll put that link here if you haven't watched that before, have been corrected. Now, one of the other things, and it's kind of a big one that has been corrected, is a security audit, and they've had that done. So if we scroll down, we can see that it's got an audit done, and they've got one planned with Certic. So here's the completed audit, and Certic is in work. Now, I'm not familiar with this particular audit company, but they got a 96%. Now, here's my problem with a lot of audits. How do you know which one's good and how do you know which one's not good? And I don't have an answer for that. There's no database of audit companies on which one's best and which one's not. Word of mouth has Certic as being a really good audit, which is why everybody wants to get a Certic audit, and that's why they're delayed by months. I don't know how long this one's going to be delayed, but I know that on another project they were saying they couldn't even get in until January timeframe. But they've got name recognition because they're recognized as being one of the better audit companies out there. I'm not familiar with this one, so I don't know whether it's good, bad, or in between. Unfortunately, that's a hole in this particular industry, is you really don't know which ones are good and bad. So we kind of have to just hope for the best, I guess. Let's go ahead and take a look at the audit. Now, the audit's not very long. It's only about 12 pages, but we're going to skip to section 5, the actual severity. So they had one high severity issue, and it is kind of a big one. Dynamic correlation between R-owned and T-owned balances may be used by the owner to redistribute users' balances for the owner's profit. It's kind of a big coding issue. Now, for all of these, they know about them and they've fixed them. And you can see here that they removed it from the code, and they provide a detailed explanation here. And then the audit company came back with an update and said the function include in reward was removed from the code. Owner should use exclude from reward with extra care. And when you go down here, you start to see the mediums. Ownership may be transferred back after renounce if function lock was previously called. Remove function if it is not going to be used. And here again, this is another professional company, and that's a pretty clear spelling error. These are the things that have me concerned sometimes when I read some of these things, because this is a company that we're supposed to rely on to do the audits for security to make sure that your potentially billion-dollar token is safe, and they spell going wrong. It's kind of a big issue. But hopefully they do a better job with the audit than they do with typing. And I'm not trying to be overly critical, but we're talking about potentially billions of dollars in volume. This stuff matters. Our confidence in their ability to do a good security audit matters. So I'm really excited that they're going to Certic, because you wouldn't necessarily see this particular issue in a Certic audit. At least I've never seen it in a Certic audit. Maybe if you've seen it, you can put that in the comments. But I have not seen that in a Certic audit. And again, I make spelling and grammatical errors all the time. I'm not dealing with billions of dollars in volume, all right? Would you trust me if I had a whole bunch of spelling and grammatical errors and I just did a security audit? Or if I'm having your money, you might be a little concerned. You got to make your own decision on whether this stuff matters or not. But again, they got a 96%, and it seems like they did a detailed audit, and it looks like they fixed most of the issues that were identified. And if we keep going down, we've got a couple more mediums before we start getting into the low. I'm not going to focus on a lot of these. Most of them were corrected. Some of them are similar issues that we've seen in other audits. I just want to make sure you understand that it's here. You can take a look at it and then evaluate your concern with the audit and the token as you decide to buy or not buy this particular project. Now, as part of their Twitter presence, a couple things. It's been a while since I did my review, and they've only got 155 tweets. That's a concern. Now, I don't necessarily need to see a bombardment, but if they're not having a lot of tweets, it's probably not getting out, and that would explain why their holders haven't gone up as much. Their social media presence just isn't there. But one of the things I wanted to call your attention to here, beyond just the sheer lack of Twitter posts, is that they're partnering with Trumerg. Now, I don't know much about this particular company. I did do a little bit of research. It's another company that's out of Dubai, and it was apparently set up around February of 2021, so it's relatively new. They do list a couple of their clients on their website. I don't recognize most of them, but I think that's just because maybe this one operates more out of Dubai, which would make sense why they partnered with this company as well. I just don't know much about it. But I do know that they're looking at security. The website covers some of the services. They do web development. I think that'll help them. And maybe that's why some of the issues that were on their website the first time I looked at it are gone, is because of this partnership. But they're really concerned about security, which I appreciate that. And I like that companies get more than one audit. It's kind of like getting a second opinion. Again, billions of dollars. A second opinion is not bad. Having a very secure website and code is kind of important. So I do appreciate when projects take the extra effort to do those things. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the price. A little weird today. Now it looks the exact same on CoinMarketCap as it does on CoinGecko. And according to the team, there's some issue with the data on these two websites. It does look fine on PooCoin, so we'll take a look at that. So as you can see on PooCoin, no issues with the data here. Some weird stuff going on. It is definitely going all over the place today. But whatever is going on with CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, and again, we've been having a lot of issues with BEP20 tokens specifically across the board. And this is a BEP20 token, so that could be part of the reason. I've got an API that continuously drops different tokens that are BEP20. It never has a problem with the Ethereum one, so I don't know what's going on with CoinMarketCap because that's where that API is, but they're having problems with BEP20 tokens. And it seems like Binance in general is having some problems. Now here's where we are with holders. So we've got almost 10,000, and I was really hoping, this is from 10-15 minutes ago before I started recording this video, I'm really hoping that when I hit the refresh button that we will go over 10,000. Let's see. Oh, almost there. I was really hoping that I could record it live hitting the 10,000 mark, because a lot of tokens are really excited about 10,000 addresses. So I was really hoping that we're going to hit that right now. Let's hit the refresh button one more time. Nope, those last three, I just don't think we're going to get them in this video. Now, one last thing on the news side. So if you want to read about this partnership, I'll put the link in the description. All this really talks about is a little bit about the Troller coin, and then a little bit about this partnership. Again, this is why I know that it's a Dubai-based blockchain company. I did do some research on the specifics of the website, and that's how I found out that the website stood up in February of 2021. It appears to be a legitimate website. That's always a concern these days, because sometimes people will partner with, or they'll say they partner with somebody, but it's not even a legitimate website. And that's kind of one of those things that you can use to identify scam tokens when they exist. But apparently this is a legitimate website and a legitimate company. Now that's all I wanted to cover for this particular video. I hope you liked the content. Let me know in the comments, is the Troller something that you're looking at investing in? Or have you already invested? I'm curious. And if you invested, why? And if you chose not to, why not? I'm curious why people do their investments and don't do their investments. And since I tell you when I am invested in a project, I figure I'll tell you when I'm not. And this is a project I haven't invested in yet. And I don't have a really strong reason for why, other than I just had some other projects that I wanted to invest in more. And this one I just kind of want to monitor for a little while. And I don't have a real good reason why, but I haven't been ready to invest in this one yet. I like the idea, I like the concept, I like the design, and I really like the graphics. And if you come up here and take a look at their sponsors and their influencers and their celebrities, they've got an impressive lineup. I just haven't seen a lot in the execution of this particular project. I would prefer they have a Discord, and they don't have that. I really don't like Telegram. I'm in Telegram more often these days, but I generally don't like using Telegram, because Discord is just a better way to interact with your community. Well, that's it for this one. So until next time, stay strong with those diamond hands.